It's a nationwide issue that's happening right under our noses. SNAP benefits getting snatched by scammers.
In Washington, there's a word lobbyists love: choice. They fought to make sure the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, SNAP, recipients had the choice to buy soda and junk food. But this was never about freedom. It was about securing billions in public money for their clients. And the real genius? Their other clients sell the drugs to treat the diabetes and heart disease their food creates. It's a closed loop, and you are funding it. The SNAP program began with a genuinely good idea. Its story starts in the dust and despair of the Great Depression. It's 1939. Farmers across America are going bankrupt. They have mountains of surplus food they cannot sell. Meanwhile, families in the cities are starving. This was a crisis of both hunger and economic collapse. The government saw a single solution for both problems. They called it the Food Stamp Program. The first ever recipient was Mabel McFiggin in Rochester, New York. Her program worked using two types of stamps. First, she would buy $1 worth of orange stamps. These could buy any food item in the store. And for every $1 she spent, she received 50 cents in blue stamps for free. These blue stamps were the genius of the system. They could only be used to buy foods that were in surplus. Foods like beans, eggs, butter, and fresh vegetables. This system accomplished two goals at once. It fed hungry families, and it moved surplus food, saving American farms. From its very first day, the program was designed to guide what people bought. It connected public aid directly to public health and economic support. It was a system designed to solve a problem. But this original design held a seed of conflict, a debate that corporate lobbyists would one day turn into a weapon. The original program was shut down after World War II. The program was revived decades later, and the Food Stamp Act of 1964 made this aid permanent. This 1964 version had a critical change. The blue stamp system was gone, and the link to surplus food was severed. This change opened a door for corporate interests. The main battle ignited during the 1977 Farm Bill debates. President Jimmy Carter's administration saw a rising tide of obesity and diet-related disease. Carter's Assistant Secretary of Agriculture, Carol Tucker Foreman, decided to act. Foreman was a fierce consumer advocate. She proposed new USDA rules to ban junk food, specifically candy and sodas, from SNAP eligibility. This was a declaration of war on the processed food industry. The industry's trade group, the Grocery Manufacturers of America, GMA, mobilized instantly. The GMA represented the titans: PepsiCo, Coca-Cola, Kraft, and General Foods. These corporations launched a full-scale counter-offensive. The GMA's arguments were channeled by powerful allies in Congress. Florida Congressman Richard Kelly became a vocal champion for the industry. This is the same Richard Kelly who would later be convicted in the FBI's Abscam scandal. He was caught on tape stuffing $25,000 in bribe money into his pockets in exchange for political favors. The same man who, during the 1977 debates, argued that Foreman's rules were paternalistic. He claimed the restrictions would discriminate against the poor and create class-based grocery lines. This was the lobby's brilliant legal move: shift the entire debate. PepsiCo and Coca-Cola hid their profit motives behind the noble-sounding language of choice and dignity. The tactic worked. Congress caved. The final 1977 Food Stamp Act was a compromise that was a total corporate victory. Carol Tucker Foreman's junk food ban was defeated. The law did ban alcohol, tobacco, and hot foods, but the industry's most profitable products, soda and snacks, were now permanently protected. The corporate victory was total. The river of money was now theirs and was secured by law. But this victory had consequences. This win unleashed a public health crisis, and this single legal move set the stage for the real genius of the scam. So how much money are we talking about? The USDA's own data provides a clear, shocking picture. A 2016 report revealed the single largest category of SNAP spending is sugary sweetened beverages. Taxpayers are spending over $1.8 billion per year, just on soda for SNAP recipients. The top SNAP purchases are not staples like rice or beans. The top purchases are soft drinks, followed by prepared desserts, salty snacks, and candy. PepsiCo and Coca-Cola are, by a massive margin, the top beneficiaries. The consequences of this diet are predictable. The public health crisis that Carol Tucker Foreman warned about in 1977 has arrived. Today, individuals in low-income brackets have a 70% higher prevalence of type 2 diabetes than high-income individuals. Obesity rates among SNAP participants are significantly higher than in the general population. This is the collateral damage of the Choice campaign, a taxpayer-funded public health disaster. But this is where the story gets darker. What if this health crisis isn't an accident at all? What if, for the right corporation, this is just another profit center? What if the same corporations that profit from the sickness also profit from the cure? This closed loop isn't a theory, it's a corporate structure. Let's follow the money. Case Study 1. Abbott Laboratories. You might know Abbott for its SNAP-eligible nutrition shakes, like Pediasure and Ensure. These are marketed as health products, yet they are often high-sugar, heavily processed delivery systems. But Abbott's real moneymaker is its other division, Diabetes Care. Abbott is the creator of the Freestyle Libre, one of the world's top-selling glucose monitoring systems. This is a multi-billion-dollar business. Abbott's own 2024 annual report shows its diabetes care division grew by over 21% year over year. This is the perfect loop. One Abbott division sells SNAP-eligible processed nutrition shakes. Another Abbott division sells the high-tech medical device to manage the epidemic of diabetes. They profit from both ends of the problem. Case Study 2. Nestle. Nestle is the largest food company in the world. Its portfolio includes iconic SNAP-eligible junk food, from Hot Pockets and DiGiorno pizzas to Toll House cookies. But Nestle is also a pharmaceutical player. The company operates a massive division called Nestle Health Science. This division develops medical nutrition and products specifically to manage chronic diet-related conditions. They have an entire line of products for glycemic control aimed directly at diabetics. Nestle's Nutrition and Health Science division is a 15.1 billion Swiss franc business, roughly 16.5 billion US. They sell the problem in the frozen food aisle and the solution in the pharmacy aisle. Case Study 3. The Architects, PepsiCo and Coca-Cola. These two companies are the primary architects. They don't sell the drugs themselves. They are smarter. They create the market for the drugs. In 2024, PepsiCo spent $3.92 million on lobbying. Coca-Cola's filings show they spent $1.74 million in just the fourth quarter of 2024 alone. And Coca-Cola's own disclosure explicitly names the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, SNAP, as a lobbying issue. This is the smoking gun. What's the return on investment for these millions in lobbying? They are protecting their share of the $1.8 billion taxpayer-funded SNAP soda market. This isn't lobbying, it's budget defense. They've created the perfect, self-perpetuating business where the collateral damage is the product. So let's call this system what it is. The SNAP program is no longer a safety net. It is a corporate subsidy. It is the most brilliant scam in history. First, you hijack a noble idea from the Great Depression, designed to help both farmers and the hungry. Second, you deploy a multi-million-dollar lobbying campaign, brilliantly disguised in the language of choice, to defeat all health restrictions. Third, you secure an unrestricted $100 billion a year revenue stream, paid for by the U.S. taxpayer. Fourth, you watch as this diet of processed food and soda fuels an epidemic of diabetes and heart disease. Finally, your other corporate divisions sell the high-margin drugs and medical devices to manage the very crisis your company helped create. It is the perfect closed-loop machine, a system where the public pays for the food, pays for the sickness, and corporate shareholders get rich from both. And it was all built on a single powerful lie. The playbook is out there. The SNAP scam is just one operation. The real question is, where else is this playbook being used?
If you enjoyed this deep dive into one of history's most intriguing cases of manipulation and deception, don't miss what's coming next. Together, we'll uncover the truth behind the biggest deceptions, government money, and stories that shape our world. Hit the subscribe button and stay informed.